Hey nerds, and welcome to Supergirl Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd, Bad Nerd. So this week we had the culmination of what CADMUS has been up to for a while, at least one of their plans. This was Project Exodus. We found out what that was, we found out why Jeremiah has been working with them, and we got a lot of answers that way, and we got a glimpse of to what's going to be coming down the road with in relation to Mon-El. But before we get into that, first I want to talk about Jimmy. He made an appearance this week, and I gotta say, he was pretty useless. He was there in the bar with Wynn and Lyra, and when the fight broke out, he didn't jump in right away. He ran off to go change into his Guardian costume. And then when he actually did join the fight, he stopped one guy and didn't do anything to try and chase after the van. It just seemed like he's not very smart when it comes to helping people in that way. It would have made more sense for him to just jump in the fight. Pretty much everyone there knows he's Guardian, except I don't know. I think everyone does. But that being said, Jimmy's just kind of pointless. Now, another thing that I wanted to bring up was Catco. This week we saw Kara get fired, and as tough as this is because Catco was so important in the first season, Catco was only important in the first season because of Callista Flockhart's character, Cat Grant. When the show was picked up by CW, they moved filming locations from LA, and Callista, because of her family, which makes sense, couldn't do the filming schedule. So that's why they kind of wrote her out of the show. She can still come back, and I'm sure she will for special episodes, things like that. She'll probably pop back in at one point when Kara's feeling depressed about her new role as an independent journalist. But the reason they fired her was to get rid of the whole Catco part of her life, because it as much as I love Snapper Carr was great. He was a really solid editor. It kind of took away from the story to force her to have to go back, because I know a lot of people are wondering, well, why isn't she at her job? Why isn't she doing anything? She's just at the DEO. Well, this explains that. So she's going to be doing the independent journalist thing. It makes sense that the DEO just hires her and has her on staff full time, but that's what's going on. I think we've kind of seen the end of Catco for a while. And again, that goes into my theory of why they had Jimmy become Guardian, because they needed something for him to do, especially with phasing out Catco. But jumping in this week, Project Exodus. So Project Exodus was Jeremiah's attempt to prevent CADMUS from killing aliens. According to what he said, he was working with CADMUS to protect his girls, but also to try and prevent them from killing aliens. And Project Exodus was his way of doing that by essentially, don't kill them, we'll just round them up and send them off in this alien starship. The fact that we know it's an alien starship, I kept missing the name of the species it comes from, so forgive me for that, because I'm sure there are some nice Easter eggs there. But what I had guessed the previous week about the device they were building as a power source for the ship, that seems to be wrong. So the question we have now, since Project Exodus did fail, what was that, and is that their contingency plan? Is it some sort of gene bomb or meta bomb or some sort of alien bomb, something like that? We don't know yet. We've only had those few glimpses of it, but I guarantee you that's going to come back into play, and we'll figure out in the grand scheme of things what's happening. Now, once again, another complaint with Jeremiah is his ability to fight toe-to-toe with superpowered individuals. The previous week he fought off John, who in the comics at times is up there near Superman and Wonder Woman class strength. That I'm not okay with that. And then fighting off Cyborg Superman. These things are just a little too convenient that he's apparently that strong. So that's what's going on with CADMUS. Now, the big stuff, and we just got glimpses of this, and this is in that final tag at the end of the episode, and this was Mon-El's parents. Kevin Sorbo and Terry Hatcher were confirmed to be coming to the show as villains a few weeks ago, so this isn't too big of a surprise. What is a surprise is that they are Mon-El's parents. We don't have any names for them from the show yet, unless they're listed on IMDb. I didn't check there, but in the comics, we do get a name for his dad, Kel Gand. He was the ruler of Daxam, and during the invasion storyline, the Daxamites were in league with the Dominators. So if you remember a few episodes ago when they were on that alien planet with the red sun and we saw a Dominator, and the Dominator recognized Mon-El and bowed to him, that is where this comes from. They have already been in a partnership, and in this Earth, in this universe, as apart from the Barry Allen Flash universe, it's possible that Dominator invasion still hasn't happened, or it's going to happen as more metahumans start appearing on Earth. But that's kind of, now we understand why there's that bit of that recognition from that past episode. Now, we don't know too much about them, but it's possible that they will be part of a group known as the White Triangle. This is a group on Daxam that is very xenophobic, very for Daxamite purity, and it considers anyone who interacts with other alien species to be unclean. So we don't know exactly what kind of role they're going to be, if it's just going to be coming in and saying, you need to leave with us now, or if it's going to kind of be coming in and saying, wow, we have a technological superiority here, we're going to take over this planet because Daxam is no longer in existence. Kind of tough to say, but if they are associated with White Triangle, it would make sense that they are going to come in, take over, and essentially try to do some sort of genocide on the human population. So what did you guys think of the episode? I know a lot of people really liked it, a lot of people didn't. There was a lot of split on this episode, but what did you think? What did you think of the tease of Mon-El's parents, and what do you think they have in store for him and Kara and the rest of the DEO? So give me your thoughts down below, and don't forget to check out my other theories. This week there was no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we did have Flash, so make sure to check that out. Until next week, guys, I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd, and this has been Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies.